Welcome back to the Best Small Business Show. I'm Rich, and I'm here with BJ, my co host. And today we're
Yes.
diving into something we call micro moments, how to
Yeah.
capture your customer's attention in 8 seconds or less.
Oh my gosh. Can you think about it, Rich? What 8 seconds is? It's less than a goldfish attention span. All righty. If you blink, they're gone. It is amazing.
Yeah, small businesses have literally seconds to hook their audience before they scroll away. And I try and tell this to my clients all the time, and they're putting on huge amounts of production in everything they do.
Yeah. Well, let's unpack it by capturing these micro minutes. I think it's just so essential, so crucial. And how can we do this more efficiently? All righty. Let's dive in.
Well, the first area is why exactly, BJ, are these quick interactions so critical?
Well, think about it. Customers today are so totally overloaded, and they're coming at you at so many different directions: social media, text, emails. Their attention span is just like it's so spread so thin.
Yeah, and if you don't instantly resonate with the person that you're presenting to, they're going to jump to your competitor.
Oh yeah. Think about mobile, think about when you're on social. You're just swiping. You're scrolling. You're gone. Buyers crave instant answers. No patience for searching or waiting, for something to load, that kind of thing. But the time to keep them on your site for a long time, don't do any of that.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that, cell phones, mobile devices magnify this issue.
Oh
People
yeah.
are more apt to scroll that much faster and go to something else. So people's attention on their phone is fragmented everywhere.
And I think what is clear now is small businesses must adjust their messaging to make it more impactful right away. You've got to get right to the point, right?
Yeah, and bottom line, mastering these micro moments that we talk about, they're going to boost your conversions and it's going to boost your loyalty. So
Oh, yeah.
you need to pay attention to the 4 action items that we have for you today. Well, the
Yeah.
first action item is crafting a irresistible headline. Okay. So BJ, why do we talk about headlines first?
Well, it's your first impression, right? It's got to be clear, powerful, and emotional. Back in the Mad Men days of advertising, that was all important. You had to be extremely succinct. Somewhere along the way, we lost our way and got verbose.
Yes. And headlines must instantly highlight the value. Okay. And also, like, why should the customer care?
So think of it this way: solve your back problem in 3 minutes. So if I captured you with that, it was quick, it was compelling, it was clear. If I captured you with that, I'll stay with you. But if I didn't, I'm moving on.
Yeah. So, one of the things you should do with headline is focus on the immediate benefit, the urgency. And I love talking about urgency or the curiosity to hook quickly.
Yeah. Let's go into action number two, which is mobile first mindset. I don't have to tell you that if everybody who's been listening to us forever, mobile first. Rich, what are some of those things that we need to think about? What's your take on this?
Well, it's absolutely essential. Most micro moments happen on your phone. People design their websites for the computer, but I always say look at it on your phone because that's usually the first place that they're going to click on and scroll quickly and go, do I like this person or don't I like this person? What kind of message, what kind of theme, what kind of focus are they talking about here? Because you might
Right.
lose them immediately.
Yeah. And think about this. When websites went responsive, everybody was ignoring what was happening in mobile because they thought it was all taken care of. but it's two different ways of looking at messages. If you look at your website and it's loading too slowly, they're gone. They're totally gone. If the buttons are confusing, the worst problem is when it goes down to mobile and you can't even see a button,
Yeah.
right? You've lost a sale.
You're absolutely right. One of the sites that drive me up the wall, it's this whole category, are newspaper and news sites.
There we go.
They're kind of like they're living in like 2006. That's where they are. You know, you go to these sites and pop-ups happen, and or I go to an article or I see a link that takes me to a video, and then I go to it and there are all these advertisements, and I'm trying, just show me the video. And if there is a pop-up on your site, you've lost me, because I have to
Yeah.
close the pop-up, and if it's on a phone,
Oh my God.
not happening.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, you need to have clear call to action buttons that are easy to see, minimal scrolling, okay? Easy
Yeah,
forms, and streamline every step.
yeah.
Actually hand it to someone and see if they what they're doing, what their actions are on your site.
Yeah. When the New Canaan Chamber did their recent survey, they had the board fill it out first. And they asked at each of the key point, at each point afterward, they said, where did you get stuck? Where did you stop? Why did you stop? What were you doing? And it was so interesting. And they totally tailored it and
Yep.
and fixed it. So I always feel you really got to test whatever you're doing on multiple devices with multiple people regularly to ensure the flawless experience. I think it's like invaluable, right? Well, listen, before we go on to action three, I want to fill you in on my podcast partner, Rich G. Small businesses, capturing your customers' attention fast can feel impossible, but Rich can help. His practice is not cookie cutter. It's tailored specifically for your challenges, whether it's sharpening your messaging, refining your sales process, or scaling your revenue. Rich guides you step by step. Don't wait. Visit richg.com and grab those micro moments that matter most.
And is your marketing stuck in a rut? My podcast partner at New Renew, BJ Flagg, will help you break through. She specializes in crafting crisp, captivating brands and websites that instantly grab attention and convert browsers into buyers. Ready to stand out and grow fast? Check out newrenew.com and start capturing your customers today. Well, let's dive into action item number 3, using visual storytelling. Okay, honestly, visuals speak louder than words. But why is that, BJ? Why are they more impactful than a whole block of type?
I'm gonna throw out some numbers. The brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. So there's this instant impact that you just don't get from reading. People, you don't find a lot of book readers. The people are reading micro messages, and really visuals are going to be where it is.
Yeah, use simple, powerful visuals to reinforce your message. If you send out a newsletter, put a visual in there. If you have something on your site that you're explaining, use a visual.
And think of short videos, graphics, explaining your value in seconds. Those are golden rich. They're so great.
Yeah, and using posts or reels or short form videos, these are really, really easy ways to grab your prospect eyes very quickly and turn them into customers.
Rich had done something on LinkedIn that I totally, absolutely love. He does these carousels, and the carousels are brief, like little bit of writing, and you literally just go boop, 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 right through it, and it is so impactful. You get a really incredible idea of what his message was. Oh, you got to go look at them. They are really done so well. Action number 4: instant answers and immediate action. Finally, let's talk about delivering instant answers and really making the steps extremely clear. Rich,
Yeah, micro moments hinge on immediacy. I mean, once you've sold them, don't belabor the point. Quick,
yeah,
helpful info converts. If you're converting them, it's like, where do I check out? How do I do this? Don't make it a journey. Just
yeah.
give them the button as quickly as possible.
I'll give you some examples. Quick chatbot replies. Those are excellent. Things that you can think ahead and save them some time. Clear FAQs. Don't send them all over to FAQs and they can't find a darn thing. You know, if you can answer it super quick, do that. That is what you want. And have immediate downloads. People will sit there and go on and on and on. No, just give them a download. That's what they came for. In social, take advantage of forums. Those are very big in Instagram right now. And you can do them, in other platforms. They're great for lead generation, but they're easy to fill out and they self fill out, which is the better thing.
Yeah, there's no waiting, there's no guessing, and no ambiguity. Tell them exactly what you want them to do next. It drives me up the wall when I'm on TikTok or Instagram and I'm interested in a product that I click the button and it has me fill out like 4 forms. I'm like, I don't have time for this. And I check out, and then they start bothering me on email because they got my email. And why didn't you fill out your forms? Because it's too long. This is not a micro moment.
Right, right. And you know what? Just reducing friction at that point, they would have had a sale.
Yeah.
Each second saved increases that conversion rate. It is the best thing that can happen for you.
Yeah. You said the magic word that I love is friction.
I know.
I go, that's the thing. And I keep going back to Costco. When I want to check out, I hold my credit card over the thing. It's like bing, literally 2 seconds, not even 2 seconds. I go to other stores and it's like, no, you got to swipe it. No, it's not taking the chip. No, you know what? I don't want to buy anything. I'll see you later. Oh, anyway, I won't belabor my point
Wrap it.
on friction.
Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Okay, here's a quick recap of our 4 action items to master your micro moments. Number one, killer headlines. Make sure you got that headline. Play with it. Ask friends. Go on ChatGPT. Play with the headline.
Rich sends them
Mobile
to me.
first mindset. Have a mobile first mindset. Don't design your site just for the computer or laptop. It's also on your phone and sometimes on your watch. Um, Visual storytelling. Tell a story. People want to read a story, but they also want to see images. And then finally, instant answers and immediate actions. Get that call to action as quickly as possible.
Attention spans may be short, but capturing them in those 8 minutes will grow your business dramatically.
Yeah, and thanks for tuning in. Stay focused, stay sharp, and we'll see you next time at the Best Small Business Show. All right, that's a wrap. Now let's crank up the volume and keep the energy flowing. Smash that subscribe button and share this episode everywhere. LinkedIn, Instagram, X, Threads, Blue Sky, you name it. Remember to tag it with the Best Small Business Show and help us grow this incredible community.
Before we sign off, huge shout out to our podcast wizard behind the scenes, Richard Scalzo, who makes us sound awesome every single week. Now go and have an unbelievable week. Absolutely crush your goals. And we'll catch you next time on the Best Small Business Show.